Okay, hi, hello. Today we want to present about the master scheduling, and we are from Group 3. My name is Lenko, who will be the first presenter. Second will be Gogulan, and third will be Rudresh. So for the master scheduling, what is master scheduling? So master scheduling, the definition for the master scheduling is often referred as MPS. It's a high-level plan that outlines the product will be produced, how much of the product each product need to be produced, and when it will be available. The purpose is to translate the overall business plan and the demand for the forecast into the specific actionable production plan for the individual and end products. So the key concept for this, for the MPS, will be it's a contract between the sales, marketing, and also the manufacturing, where it will be ensure and promise to the customer what able to be delivered. So next we will be seeing why. Okay, master scheduling is very important for the business, where it will be optimize the resource to utilization to ensure it's effective. If it will efficient on the labor cost, effect the equipment, facilities, and provide a clean production roadmap. The second key point will be the improved inventory management, where the optimal inventory level will be preventing both stock out and also the overstocking. And the third key point will be enhance the customer service, where it enables accurate delivery to promise to the promises to the customer, leading to a higher satisfaction on the customers. And fourth point will be better communication and coordination. This will be provide a central plan that aligns the various departments, where from marketing, from the sales, production, purchasing, and also the finance, so that it won't have any waste. And fifth key point will be the foundation for the further planning, where it's crucial input for the detailed plannings activity like material required plan, MRP, and also capacity requirement plan, CRP. So I will pass over to the next presenter.
Okay, good morning. So now I'm going to talk about the master scheduling in context, the planning hierarchy. So it's many how to say like relates to the aggregate planning. The master scheduling is this aggregation of the broader aggregate planning. So aggregate plan, like how it deals with the overall production levels, workforce, inventory for products, families for over longer horizon, like 6 to 18 months. If master schedule means it will break down the aggregate plan into specific products and quantities for shorter, more detailed horizon, like a 3 to 12 months, often with weekly time buckets, like a, how to say. So the master schedule like a shorter time frame compared to the aggregate plan, and also it got they got two types which they fit downstream system. First is MRP, material requirement planning. This one uses the MPS to determine the exact quantities and timing of raw materials and components needed. Second is CRP, capacity requirements planning, uses the MPS to check if there is enough production capacity like machines, labor to meet the schedule. So, and then now we're going to look at the like how to say master schedule in context. So we talk further about the planning hierarchy. First, we look into the inputs. Input will be the beginning inventory, forecast, and custom orders, while the output will be the projected inventory, master production schedule, and uncommitted inventory. This is like important things for the input and output. So when we look into the input, first is customer. Customer orders will be the actual orders received from customers. Second, with the demand forecast, like a prediction of future customer demand. And then third will be the beginning inventory, which is the current stock levels of finished goods. And then next is the production capacity, available resources like machine hours, labor hours to create the product. And then also you got the lead times. Lead time is the time required for production, procurement. And then next is the company policy, management decision on inventory levels, customer service targets, like etc. And the next will be the bill of materials, which is the details of components and sub needed for each product. So now we look into the outputs. Output, like main first thing will be the planned production quantities. It's like all these are like how to say like a criteria part under the like outputs. First is the planned out production or quantities. It means how much of each product to produce in each time period. Next is the available to promise, which is ATP, quantity of a product that can be promised to customers for future delivery. Next is the projected available balance, which is the mean expected inventory levels at the end of each period. After that is the capacity requirement. Capacity requirements is the input for rough cut capacity planning, and then there was another input outputs criteria, which is a material requirement info for material requirement planning, which is MRP. So now we go to the next slide. So now I will explain shortly about how master scheduling works. First is we gather inputs. So we gather input of like a product demand forecast, custom orders, current inventory capacity data. So first we need to like collect all the required data from this criteria. Next is we calculate the projected available balance, which is starting inventory plus planned production minus customer orders and minus forecasted demand, which equal to the PAB. So you can simplify this into a basic formula or show a small example on the next slide. Will be showing. Third will be the determine plant production based on the PAP and desired inventory level, decide when and how much to produce. This involves balancing demand with capacity and minimizing costs. Next will be rough cut capacity planning, which is RCCP. Check if the proposed master schedule is feasible with available capacity. If not, adjustment may be needed, like overtime, subcontracting, shifting, and production. Fifth to be the iterate and refine. The process is often iterative with adjustment made based on feedback from capacity planning, material availability, and new order segment. Like it's like a repetitive process. So now next I will pass on to Rudresh to explain on the some of the examples on how master scheduling work. Thank you.
So I think we will have two different questions to be analyzed for this MPS thing. So for this question one that we are seeing here is the gear factory produces specialized gears. They need to prepare a master production schedule for the next 6 weeks. So as you can see, in the beginning inventory, week one we have about 75 units, and for the production lot size, we have about 100 units. And the safety stock policy, which we have to maintain a minimum of 20 units in inventory at the end of each week. So you can see the first table. The first table shows that we have about 6 weeks, and we have the forecasted demand and the customer orders for the respective weeks. And to calculate the MPS, okay, let's break down. Based on the breakdown, okay, as we can see for the calculation for week one, the beginning inventory is 75. And to get the planned production, which is the MPS, I'll show you in the next slide, which is, yeah, this is the completed slide. So as you can see, how do you get the MPS? Do we really need MPS for this week? Which is no, because what we do is the beginning inventory, which is 75 unit, we will minus the maximum between forecasted demand and customer orders. So the higher value here is 50. So 75 minus 50 is equals to 25. So this POH will be our beginning inventory for the second week, and that is where we pull it to the week 2 beginning inventory. So here it works the same. So 25 minus the higher value between forecasted and customer orders is 60 here. So 25 minus 60 is basically 35. Since it is in negative value, we require MPS. And since in the previous slide we have explained the production lot size is about 100, so the MPS will be 100 fixed. So here when it comes 100 minus 35, you will get 65. So 65 will be the beginning inventory for week 3. So it goes as well. So 65 minus 70, which is negative 5, and we still need MPS here. So 100 minus the 5, you get about 95, and that 95 will be carried forward to the week 4, which becomes the beginning inventory of week 4. And it works the same, where 95 minus 55, you get 40. So 40 will be, since it is in the positive value, the 40 will be carried forward to the next week, which will become the beginning inventory for week 5. So week 5, it becomes 40. 40 minus 65 is basically 25. So 25, it is in negative value, so we need MPS here. So that is why we put 100. 100 minus 25, you get 75. And that 75 will be the beginning inventory for week 6. And for week 6, it is minus 70, because the higher value is forecasted demand, and we'll have 5 here. And we add another 100 MPS is because this is the main reason. the safety stock policy. We need we need to maintain a minimum of 20 units in inventory. So when you see the inventory here is basically, although it is in positive value, since it is lesser than 5, lesser than 20, we still need to add the MPS. So that is why we have MPS here. So MPS 100 minus 5. Sorry, MPS is 100 minus 100 plus the 5, and you get 105 on your POH. And for the ATP, how you calculated ATP is basically 75 for the first week, 75 minus 40, the customer orders, you get 35. For here, we have the MPS 100 minus 35, 100 minus 65, you get 35. So here is also the same, 100, no, sorry, for second week is basically MPS minus the sum of customer orders of week 2 and week 3, which you will get 65 here, and 100 minus 65 is 35. And for here, since we do not have MPS in the following week, so it's just MPS 100 minus 30, you will get 70. And for the fourth week, we do not have, since we do not have MPS here. And for the fifth week is basically 100 minus the accumulation of the week 5 and week 6, which is 35, and that's why you get 65. And here is 100 minus 15 is 85. Yeah, so this is how we calculate the POH, MPS, and ATP. So I think we can go for the next question as well. So for the next question is almost the same, but it's just a different scenario. We have Cool Breeze Fans manufacturers portable cooling fans. They are planning their production for next 8 weeks. So I think I'll just cut short it and make it more simpler and understandable. This one, it works as the same concept based on the first question, where we have 200 units for the as the beginning inventory, and for the production lot size, the previous question we had 100, now we have 150. And for this question, we have the safety stock policy, which aims about a minimum of 70 units in inventory. So anything below 70, we have to add the MPS. So as you can see, we have actually filled up everything for the beginning inventory and first week, and also the forecasted demand and customer orders for every respective weeks. So it works the same as well here. So as how we did for the first question, which is the beginning inventory 200 units minus the higher value here, which is 100, and that is why you get POH 100. So since it is above 70, we do not need MPS here. So this 100 will be carried forward to the following week. So it works the same, 100 minus 120, it's negative 20. So when negative 20, we need MPS, and the MPS, the lot size is 150. So 150 minus 20 is 130. So that is how it becomes the beginning inventory for week 3. So 130 minus 110 is 20. So 20 here we see it's a positive value, but it is still not fulfilling the safety stock policy. The safety stock policy is minimum about 70. So we still need MPS. So 150 plus 20 is 170. So the 170 will be carried forward for the following week, which is in week 4. So 170 minus 30 is 40. Same, it doesn't fulfill the safety stock. We still need 150 MPS. So 150 plus 40 is 190, and it will be brought forward to the week 5. 190 minus the higher value of forecasted and customer demand in week 5 is 140. So it is 50, yet it is not fulfilling. We still need the MPS, and it becomes 200. And that's how we get 200 here. So the 200 minus 120 is 80. So now 80 does fulfill because it is much higher than the safety stock. So we do not need to add MPS here. So 80 will be brought forward to the following week, and 80 minus 115 is basically a negative value, which is let me calculate. 115 minus 80 is about 35. So 35 is still it doesn't fulfill the safety stock, but it is also in negative value. So therefore we still need MPS. So MPS here is 150. 150 plus 35, I mean, it's negative 5. So 150 minus negative 5, 35 is 115. And that's where we get this value 115. So this 115 will be carried forward to the week 8. And 115 minus 105 is basically 10. Yeah, 10. So 10 is still not enough. We need MPS. And that's where we get 160, because 150 plus the difference between here is 10, and plus 150 is 160. And we are done for POH and MPS. For the ATP is the same basically. How do we get ATP here is basically 100, 200 minus this 120 is basically, where do I get it? For week 1, ATP is week 1 ATP. Yeah, basically a beginning inventory we have 200, 200 minus customer order we get 120. So here the MPS is 150, 150 minus 90 is 60. Same goes to here, 150 minus 70 is 80. So here we have MPS 150 minus 60 is 90. So that's how we go, just MPS minus the customer orders. So to find ATP is basically the MPS. For the first week will be the beginning inventory minus the customer order, and for the subsequent weeks which have MPS, it will be automatically the MPS minus the customer order, and you'll get the respective value. So yeah, I think that's all from our side, that we have actually explained on how the MPS works, how do we actually calculate the POH and the ATP. So these are the main objective of this chapter lah. So yeah, I think that's all from our group. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.